Hello, Leos. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Leo, I started out already. I pulled out a card for you from the Lace of Destiny Oracle deck. And there's a very interesting story going on here. This is the card that came out for you. It's aggression, and there's only one underlying card, and it's rot. And, okay, I'm getting a message here that you have found one bad apple in the bunch. It does talk about there being one bad apple in the bunch is like one of the things that can be associated with this rot card. It's also an opportunity that may have been missed. It's something that went from, oh, great, to over time it turns into something quite bad. Now, it is really coming across to me like you have found the one bad apple in the bunch. Now, I don't know what that is. Like if that is a work situation, if it's something that you're going through in a family situation or in a friend group, whatever that could be. But I'm really feeling as though like what does one bad apple in the bunch do? Well, I had one bad potato. Last night I had one bad potato, and I did some ribs. Some teriyaki ribs here. Some teriyaki and brown sugar ribs last night. And then I was peeling some potatoes. I was going to do some, I don't know what you call them. You just put in the oven, you chop them up. And anyways, and I'm peeling potatoes and I grabbed one and I was like, oh, this one is so bad. Like it had all this weird bruising and dark spots on it. And I thought maybe I could peel them off. And then I thought, this is too much. Like, this potato is no good. So then I went back to get another one, and then I found the really bad one. And that really bad one must have been touching the other one. It started to go weird. All the other ones were good, but this one, the whole one side was just soft and mushy. It had a mold growing. It's nasty. And I went, you're the little culprit, aren't you? Yeah. So I took him out of there. Him and his friend, they went into the compost. But right, what does it do? It starts to spread yuckiness to the other apples. If you have really honestly, like any type of fruit or vegetable tends to do that. And maybe this is somebody who tends to be aggressive. Maybe this is someone who is showing aggression towards you. And that's because you have discovered, or maybe they're afraid that you're going to discover you're the bad apple in the bunch. Well, no, I think they'd be trying to hide that aggression. But it does feel as though you have found this one bad apple that is in the bunch. So if there's been something going around, right? Like think of all my potatoes, and the odd one you pull out is like, wow, this potato's not looking too good. What's going on with this potato? There's a bad one in there. There's a bad one. And I feel like you have found the bad apple in the bunch. So somebody who might be tainting other people's opinions, somebody who might be tainting and harmfully and wrongfully influencing the thoughts or conduct of others. But this is the aggressive one. Now, don't you be this person. Don't you be this person. I'm hearing Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry. Don't do that. Don't you be the one. So we're going to pull more cards out on that one. But it's totally like, you have found the bad apple in the bunch. And because you have found the bad apple in the bunch, now it's aggressive towards you. Keep a level head. In this, yeah, you found the bad apple. There they are. And they're keen on you because, sorry, I'm just channeling here. The apple represents them, right? As they sit. It's like they sit and nobody knows what they're really doing. They're hidden by all of the others. But the aggression is directed towards you because you have identified them. And so it's trying to intimidate you. It's trying to scare you. It's trying to stop you from doing anything. Like, don't pull them out of the bunch. Why do they want to infect? They want to infect, right? It's this apple. If you're a rotten apple and you're in there, why? You want everyone else to become rotten. Because then it's harder to see you when you don't look so bad. Right? It's not your fault if everyone else, like, I'm not you, I'm channeling, I'm the apple, this rotten apple. It's not my fault. Nobody's going to look at me like I'm a problem when everybody else is also a problem. That's this rotten apple. but it's become aggressive towards you. And either, I'm not even feeling like you've called out the apple. I'm feeling like something has happened, sort of like outside the rotten apple. This person that is making them realize that somebody has figured out who I am. Maybe there's, shiny little apples around them that are not getting too close. Don't touch that rotten apple. You'll get some of that yuckiness on you, and you'll start to go rotten. So somebody's identified. They're looking at this aggression. It's directed towards you. Okay, so pulling away from that for a second, I'm going into the Starseed Oracle deck. I'm going to ask, what is your superpower? What is your kryptonite? Kryptonite weakens you, man. It's no good. What is your nemesis? Your nemesis makes you stronger even when you think you can't do it. And then what is your next assignment? So your superpower, your kryptonite, your nemesis, and your next assignment, Leo. Your superpower is star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. It's to get out into the stars. It's funny, I've been noticing the last couple nights, sky's been pretty clear, and I'm seeing a lot more stars. Sometimes there's, like, not too far from me, there's a plaza, and I think they leave their lights on at night, and it causes pollution, light pollution. But I'm feeling like it's not happening, or I don't know. Maybe they're figuring out it's too expensive to leave the stupid lights on all the time. But yeah, something about your light body. I want to say this is also, it's cleansing. You should be cleansing your energy. You should be cleansing and grounding your energy, and honestly doing some type of star bathing, moon gazing, but it's saying stars. So stargazing here. Allow the energy within yourself to be transformed. Actually, and it goes into an activation. You could be led somewhere with the crystal grid. Like, and it could be something very innocent, and think anything of it. Like maybe somebody says, hey, let's go to the movies. Or somebody says, hi, you want to go check out this new little tea shop or whatever in town, or in this other little town? Or, you'll be flexible with where you could be guided to go right now, because you could be activating, or no, you're activating. You're going to be activated. You're going to get to some sort of like a ley line in the earth, an energy line in the earth here. It's going to activate you. But the stars are really important. As much as you can, spend some time. Crystal grid. Why don't I say it? It doesn't say, oh, it does. Star bathing. Light body. Crystal grid transmission and activation. Maybe you're carrying some aggression from a dirty little apple that was influencing you. Like get that off of you. Get that off of you. Oh, you know what? I had a really interesting experience yesterday. I went to Costco, and I maybe go like once a month. There's a few things, you get there. Big stuff that's cheap. They don't always have the cheapest, but some stuff. So anyways, I was there, and there was strange people there. I don't know how to describe it. People that I do not normally see, although I don't go that often. And there was these men. I don't know. It was weird. I'm going to be honest. It was kind of weird. Like, how else? I don't know. They just didn't feel like they were from around here. And something didn't feel right about them. And they were all each one was kind of like by themselves in the store. This is at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And they all had like beards, and no, they were not familiar. And it's just weird to see that many men, but sort of like as a singular. They were not shopping together. At least they were not trying to give anyone the impression that they were. They all had their own carts. That time of the morning is usually oh, that's the other thing. They were sort of like, I want to say these men were between the age of 40 and 50. They're usually working. They're not usually in stores. Like, not to say that you don't get the odd one. You do. I mean, and people do shift work and stuff like that. Some guys work from home. These were not. They were rough. They were kind of rough looking. And I didn't get a good feeling about them. Because usually that time of day, you have young moms, You might even have a younger father who's maybe, you know, he's looking after the kids that day, or he works from home or whatever. They were just, their archetype is not usually in there, and so many of them. And at first I didn't think about it, but by the time I was checking out, I thought, I didn't like the feeling and the vibe that I got from these men. I don't know who they were or why they were in there. Anyways, it's funny. Like, by the time I got home, I felt so edgy. I was like really edgy and irritated. And I had to, and I didn't know what was going on with me. And I thought to myself, because I'm feeling like there could be like something like that. Like, why do I have these times? I feel they come into readings for you guys. There could be something wasn't right. And I don't know. My brain is gone like over who knows who they were, what they were doing in that store. I don't know. But I didn't feel comfortable about them. And by the time I got home, I started to realize, like, I feel like I absorbed, being very empathic, I feel like I absorbed their energy, their aggression and irritability. And right, maybe there's a lot of rotten little apples around right now or something, or they could be in like that sort of form for you where, you know, it's a place that you go to, you know, you habit that place at times, and there could be some energies there. Just watch, be careful and cleanse yourself. Like if you find yourself feeling having an unusual mood swing that, you know, it doesn't even make sense. Like, why am I feeling this way? I kept thinking, like, why am I feeling so angry and aggressive? And it was like, I need to cleanse that energy. You have that here. That's your superpower. I want to say it'd be interesting to see with the kryptonite, or maybe even a nemesis, because being empathic is a bit of a nemesis. It's because it's also a superpower. It's right. Like you get a feeling, and you just know, you just know that something is not right about that man or that one over there or that other one either. And I don't know, why are they here? But you may not know, but you just know something's not right. You have to remember to cleanse yourself. You've got to remember to cleanse yourself and activate, because you could be right. That is an activation in an area. I went to a specific area away from my home, and maybe there was something going on there. Maybe I was even meant to activate it or change the frequency to move that energy away. But in doing that, it still felt like I absorbed something and I needed to get rid of it. They were bad men. I just felt like they were bad men. And it was just, I did not, push it away. Okay, your kryptonite. We the Hathors. Deep love, mother's milk, birth is a portal. Well, that's interesting. Deep love is your kryptonite? What the actual shit? Because that doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. The deep love is your kryptonite. I can see it being your nemesis, but kryptonite, let's all think about Superman now. Kryptonite is his downfall, and he can't recover from it unless the kryptonite is removed. Maybe it's your mother's love. Could be. Maybe. Oh my God. Maybe there's something here about that. Like maybe your mother weakens you. Maybe she's the rotten apple and she's aggressive. Could be. Birth is a portal. The person, right? The person who bore you, who gave you access to the 3D. This person is your weakness. And that's a conundrum. Isn't that? Yes. Isn't that a conundrum for you, Leo? Because there's a rotten apple here, and it might be them with this aggression, right? This message is not going to be for everybody. I think it's for someone here. I think your mother is a big problem in your life. Now, others of you, it could be someone else who just is a mother. There's a feminine energy here that is not good for you at all. This person's love could be very unhealthy. The way they use love, it's not real love. Real love is not used in aggression. Real love is not used for manipulation. What's your nemesis? Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms. Density. Addiction. Let God in. Is to let something else in. It could be your nemesis. What is your coping mechanism? Is there some type of addiction here? You have to let this addiction go. But it feels like you can't. It's like she's falling, right? She's falling. Is it addiction to the mother's love? Is it an addiction to a habit or a pattern here? What's your next assignment? I'm sorry. Defenselessness. Righting past wrongs and uprooting. Oh, uprooting. I feel like some of you have a mother figure here. Mother figure, hometown, something, or I feel like there's a feminine energy here. It very much feels like, I want to just go beyond feminine. It feels like a woman. And this is someone who is literally a mother. Because this is somebody who gives birth. That is the portal. Birth is the portal to access the 3D. Right? Mother's milk. Somebody who has breasts who would feed a child. Someone who should have deep love. Is this the rot? This gives me strong ancestral, like, right, the roots coming out of the ground and freeing up some type of even ancestral habit here. Freeing yourself from this ancestral wound. But loosening your grip, letting God in, right? Because it's a nemesis, it feels difficult. It feels like there's a level of control here that you let go. If there's a controlling person in your life, like a mother, you may never have really truly felt just free flow, right? Like, even if you've tried to step out in life in some way here, that let's just see what God does. It's almost like this person immediately steps in and tries to take control. So you don't even know what it's like for things just to flow freely. Like, for God to really be in charge. Even the times that you have said, okay, I'm just going to let it happen. I'm just going to let God take over this. And this is like it feels like a toxic mother energy. And it is toxic with kryptonite. It's not something that makes you stronger. It's something that maybe even like keeps you in place, and you start to feel like you're rotting and you're stagnating and you're not growing. So it could trigger aggression in you, right? I'm seeing that Scorpion card in the Wild Unknown Oracle deck. And that, to me, that's the person who's just taken on so much over a period of time, and they just lash out for no reason at all. Well, it seems like no reason. It's like, can you pass the salt, please? What do you mean? I put enough salt in this meal. Are you not grateful for the... Okay, I don't need salt. It's okay. Right? But it's not the salt. It's other things. Things that have been building up to that salt. Righting a past wrong. It's uprooting. Something here has to do with uprooting. Uprooting something. Moving. Selling a home. Changing a business. I don't know. Uprooting. Moving the family. Deep cellular healing is at the bottom. Wow, right? And you have, your superpower is, it is to be activated. I feel like your activation has been suppressed here. And it looks like by unhealthy mother love. The mother and the queen, as the father and the king, are both dual. And what they do with those energies can either be benevolent or malevolent. And this energy for you is malevolent. It is not good because it's kryptonite. If it had shown up in the nemesis, I would say, you know what? You probably have a mother here who is challenging, but it makes you stronger. This is not making you stronger. This is making you weaker and angry. Let's look at the rod. Let's look at the rod. Two of Swords, Eight of Swords, Empress, and the Three of Wands. I feel like, okay, this Two of Swords, you see how there's two swans here? And it's like, what decision will this person make? They have to come to a decision. And coming to a decision, it looks like something was decided. But, right, because then the swan moves over here. And the swan is trapped. And it's like the swan can't get up where the hummingbird is. And the hummingbird is trying to guide someone and show them where the high frequency is. Hummingbird is quick, high frequency energy. Empress, Three of Wands. See, the Empress could be the mother. It's almost like trapped, like this swan ends up trapped and unable to see their way forward. Because we're talking about rot, like this Empress, if someone here has turned their back on the Empress, it's almost like she keeps throwing things this person's way, like to come back to, but it's wanting something more. It's wanting something more. I do feel that there's a woman here who is at least a mother. She does not have to be your mother, but she is at least a mother. And there's a choice here that I think you made at some point along the way. And it kind of looks like it takes away your power to move forward. What's the aggression? You got to be careful. I mean, maybe it is this person. I don't know. I do feel like, and it's not to say at times you're not going to need to be aggressive or you're not going to feel aggressive. What's this aggression? The King of Swords. It could be somebody, somebody's mind. Somebody's mind. The King of Swords is the aggression. The Page of Swords, the Five of Cups, and Judgment. It's giving me a vibe here of somebody who sees, like, can see that somebody is unhappy. Can others see that you're unhappy in this situation? It's like this person is feeling judged because of how you are feeling. And if it's obvious, I don't know what this connection is, like how close you're connected with this. It's definitely a woman. It really feels like it. I know because it's general, it won't be for everybody, but it is for somebody. They can see this, it's almost, okay, I'm hearing when the birds have come home to roost. It's almost as if through a natural elimination here. If there's, so when I say that, the birds have come home to roost, it's as if through some type of natural elimination that, well, none of these other situations or people are here anymore, or I don't know. So it's obvious that there's only one thing here that could be the problem. That's what this feels like with this aggression. Being judged. And it could be now Judgment with the King of Swords. There could be even something legal for some of you. Could even be something legal for some of you. Your superpower is light body. crystal grid, transmission and activation. It's letting God flow through you. And that's the thing that feels like a nemesis. The Four of Wands. The Four of Cups. The Ten of Wands. And the Hanged Man. I don't know. It's almost as if feeling your future before you can live it. Like with this crystal grid and the cards that have come out, it's like feeling your future course through your veins before you can actually start living it. Because there's some type of change here that you need to have, that I think you will have. It's to feel this kind of beyond time and space where you are right now. Try not to be caught up in the moment. I'm kind of feeling like there's someone here that you're dealing with that is really nasty. This person is nasty. Your kryptonite is, maybe it's even this person's love. Like maybe this person just doesn't let go. I mean, that's, to give the Wild Unknown Archetype deck, and the mother is described as that, right? Is the duality of the mother is, right? Because once a mother holds in her body, she's building the baby, and then the mother releases, she gives birth to the baby, but then she brings the baby close again, right? It's this back and forth that constantly goes on in the mother archetype, where there's something here where it feels like this does not release. This does not release this energy. This kryptonite, the deep mother's love. The Nine of Swords. This is the kind of love that fucks you up in the head, man. Like it is. The Six of Swords. God is trying to get you to go in a different direction here. The Three of Pentacles. The Chariot. I don't know, it's like, it really does, with the Chariot there with this, it's almost like moving or something. Like you need to move. I don't know if you live with your mom. I don't know if your mom is in your town. I don't know who this is. This is, maybe this for some of you, like, if some of you, this could be like a partner, right? If this woman is a mother, I mean, it's still that too. It's really, this person does not want to let you go. And it's weird. It's almost like they would either use some type of strong mental manipulation here, or they could be trying to use the law, or maybe you're using the law against them and that's making them mad. Your nemesis. What makes you stronger? Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms. Loosen your grip on a coping mechanism here. God can't get through to you. I feel like somebody here is using something. You're using something. Like, I don't know. It could be alcohol. It could be I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's not my business, honestly. But it just, in terms of, it's my business as the card reader to tell you that this is not helping you. It feels like a temporary help, right? Like in whatever this is that you're going through, it temporarily numbs you from what this situation is or what this person is doing, but it doesn't really free you. And God can't talk to you when you're using this. So that's right, like that's the nemesis, because it feels good, but in the long term, you're going to have to be your own coping mechanism. The Eight of Cups is a nemesis. The Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. It just feels like you're not moving forward. With that Knight of Pentacles. He is the slowest in all the tarot decks that I have, because his steed is made out of a plant. So it just, you know, it moves as fast as a plant can grow. And trying to put money into something, into this plant. What is this? Some sort of spending could be the coping mechanism here. That's the coping mechanism for someone here, is spending money. right? Because the steed is on a plant, trying to get it to move forward, but I don't know. And then here, right, all this money is being put into into a plant. It literally is. It's like it's spending. Spending has become a coping mechanism for someone here. And the Two of Wands, it's like to try to imagine themselves somewhere else. I want to say, though, I think saving would be a better coping mechanism, especially if this involves moving or something like that. Your next assignment, I'm sorry, defenselessness. See, I feel like that's the energy you've never really felt here properly, because there's someone who interferes with that if God tries to connect with you. The Page of Pentacles, the child, right? The child. Your kryptonite or your weakness. Well, I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe you're like an overbearing, overprotective mother. You should apologize to your kid. The Four of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Sun. It's to heal aggression here. It's to heal somebody. I mean, really, honestly, it's that there's an apology here that needs to happen. Either it's you apologizing to someone else, if somebody else owes you an apology. I mean, if somebody owes you an apology, whether you get owes, well, that's also interesting, because it's almost like somebody's trying to pay into something here. I'm not sure what is going on with that, but I don't know that anybody ever owes any of us anything, because they have free will. It's kind of up to them what they do with it. But I don't know. There's an apology here that is part of the next assignment. It's somehow centered around a kid with the Page of Pentacles. But it could have something to do, like for some of you, this could be releasing your own inner child from some type of long-standing, repeating, like ancestral wound here. A habit that has gone on for too long. So it looks like healing. Maybe it's like, I'm sorry, I have to go. I'm sorry, I can't talk to you anymore. I don't know, right? Like, and because you heal. And then there's some level of, honestly, there's protection there. So if this is like, let's say, you know, your mother is trying to influence what you do with your own kids even, right? Like this is protecting, this fox is protecting her little ones from this badger. And then this gives us happiness. It gives you happiness. And I want to say it's part of your self-actualization, because that's your superpower here, is to self-actualize. I feel like you haven't properly self-actualized. The Nine of Wands at the bottom. This is a long-standing wound that's been going on here for sure. Oh, that's what I have, Leo. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to ask, what resource within you is depleted? How can you replenish this resource? And what is your greatest achievement yet to come? And that's what I have, my dear pussycats. The link for the options for the extended is in the description. Thank you so much. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.